Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Kale, and I'm bringing you guys a Skywars episode where today I talk about some really great making methods in Hypixel Skyblock. Now, for the longest time since that End Island has been out, there has been this like there's this one money making method that just is the dominant money making method is what I'm doing right, which is what I'm doing right now. That is killing Zelt in the end to get summoning eyes. Now, this is actually really great. Uh, Me personally, I get like 1,000 something kills every hour, like around somewhere around 1,000. But that means that I statistically should be getting 2.5 eyes each hour, meaning that I make approximately like let's say 1.25 1.3 mil to round up for drops, so it's like pretty reasonable like price. But then again, we don't know. I could be incredibly lucky. I could be I'm actually gonna I could be incredibly lucky. I could be incredibly unlucky. It really depends, because like sometimes I get like 3 eyes, sometimes I get 2, sometimes I get 0. Like it really all depends, and I'm lagging a bit. So okay. um of course it's old. Basically, uh for Skyblock money, you can make a pretty decent amount from killing Zealot in the end. Now, this is a great method, and considering it's like the main money making method, you can't blame it. It's really good, and it's I mean I'm not saying it's the most consistent thing in the world, but there's like a like reasonably like you get like one at least 1 eye an hour, and on the rare cases that you don't, next hour you get like 5. So it really balances out. Like, so do not like me. Like it all depends on luck and RNG, because like sometimes you have really great luck and other times you don't. Like today, for example, I got a Scythe Blade, and earlier I leached a Superior Dragon. Now, even with over 1,000,000 damage, I got 7th place. Which really doesn't make too much sense mathematically, but you know, no one really targets the frags on Superior, so I guess it makes sense. And yeah, when okay, so basically back to the grinding in the end. The only thing that like aside from eyes is leeching drags. Now sometimes you can get good stuff like superior, and other times you get like old protector drags. Now sometimes if it's like if it's protector, I either go for frags with my explosive bow, or I completely ignore the dragon altogether, because it's actually no like almost no money. Like it's actually the worst dragon. All the frags go for like 5k each if you're lucky, but it's just no one. And like you can the one like I guess the one thing that can make the end like slightly more profitable is drag luck you get. Like you can leech a pretty decent amount of drags from just there we go. You can leech a pretty decent amount of drags, and it can make you money. It might not. Sometimes you might not even be able to leech drag. It really all depends, which is why I think that the end overall it's way too like RNG and luck based. And there's actually a better money making method, and it doesn't require any RNG. So the money making method that I'm going to be talking about is farming. Now, farming, when I say farming, the most common profitable thing to farm is sugarcane, and I'm just confused because since sugarcane is like actually somewhat gone down in price, and like now I get like 1.1 mil an hour farming sugarcane, which decent, but it's really not. It's not the best. So in the new Skyblock update, there was a new enchant added called Replenish. Now what this does is you can apply it to a hoe, and what it will do is if you're breaking a crop and you have the inventories, the like stuff in your inventory to replant that crop, it'll do it as you break it, so you don't have to go back and replant it. Now this is relevant because when you are breaking carrots or potatoes, you it's really easy to go along with like young armor and just break all of them in like not even that long. Like you break through like I think an entire layer in like 20 minutes or something. It's like 20, 30 minutes maybe. I don't know. It's actually really insane. It's just really fast. Like so fast, and then replanting takes like what, like 4 or 5 times as long. So you spend a majority of your time replanting the crops, and that basically reduces the amount of money you make significantly by like it reduces it by like 80%, which is actually insane. So that means that only 20% of the time that you're farming you'll get money, and that made it really bad. You get like a couple hundred K an hour, but now that there's the replenish enchant, all you have to do is farm through, and it will replant all the crops instantly. So that means that if you just continuously farm, you don't have to go back and replant. So what I did was I timed for a short period of time. It was like 5 minutes, and I tested how many carrots I could get, and I multiplied it out, and I made 1.5 million in an hour. Now I saw this was really good for money making, and I actually got to like I made a massive carrot farm. I've currently like top 700 something. I don't know. I I'd have to check, but I'm not. I'm actually, I will check. Uh, Farming 710th. So that basically means that I've been doing a lot of carrot farming because it's just really profitable. And if you don't believe me, then I mean you can test it out for yourself, but it's incredibly good for money making. And keep in mind, I'm farming 25 and don't even have an elephant pet. Now, the legendary elephant pet gives a chance to double the crops that you get, and this is actually insane. So, and also farming 50 allows you a chance for triple crops, or actually a 100% chance to get triple crops. So if you're farming 50, you make 1.5 times as much as someone that doesn't have it, and then the elephant pet just doubles all that. So I I mean I don't have that stuff, but I know someone that does, and their name is I'm a Squid Kid, and I basically went on a stream. Put a timer for 5 minutes, and I multiplied out, and I noticed he was making. I think it was somewhere. It was like 5 point something million an hour. Like somewhere. I think it was either. I don't know if the prices changed yet, but it was. He was like if he was farming carrots and I like if he was farming carrots, I know he would have made like 5 point something an hour, mil an hour, but I don't know what he was actually farming in terms of like how much he was making in terms of potatoes. I can check that, but basically carrots are more profitable than potatoes. So if you want to make money, then you should be going after carrots because carrots are not only are they more expensive, but people there's a higher need and like demand for them because like for enchanted baked potatoes, you need 40 enchanted baked potatoes per armor set, and then like I guess 50 per like full set. So like there's like a little, I wouldn't say a little bit, but it's like they're pretty cheap, and like each piece that you want to max out is like 1.2 mil in potatoes. So it's really not that big of a deal. But for each pet that you want to level up, you have to put in 20 million coins. Now I think that makes the carrot market. I think it's gonna be more stable and like slowly decline unless like everyone switches to carrot farming. Then it will instantly crash. But carrot farming is really profitable. So let's say I were to get farming 50 and a legendary elephant level 100. I'd be making like 5 million something coins an hour, and I just think this is actually insane. But let's say I wasn't even near like that good. I was like farming 35. That still gives me what, like a 40% chance to get triple crops. Are they in this? Oh, I see. I'm in an empty end lobby, and they don't want me in here. Well, get wrecked 50 N. I'm not a dunce. So yeah. Anyway, if you do the calculations, carrots are the most profitable money making method in at the moment in the game. But you have to like get some high level skills and an elephant pet. But if you do that, like there's no RNG. it's, well, I mean, I guess there's like the 62.5% chance on the the harvesting on your hoe, but you can make a lot of money if you get a decent level farming. Now, my suggestion for farming is sugarcane, because not only is it profitable, as I said before, like 1.1 mil an hour from what I was doing, and it gives like since the new like changes to it, it's much faster to farm, so you can get much more XP, get much more of it in an hour. So that's really nice. And if you're looking, like, I suggest that you get sugarcane farming until you're at least farming like 25, and if you feel like you want to go till 30, you can, but like you really shouldn't be farming until you have like I think higher levels, because otherwise you're still making a good amount of money, but you're not making as much money as you would if you had higher skills. So next we're going to talk about a money making method that requires the bazaar, and this is quite literally just bazaar flipping for knowing the market, and it takes a little bit of effort, but it's not that big of a deal. So one thing that I've noticed while trying to sell carrots is the price for enchanted carrots. It's actually either lower than it should be, or the price of uh, enchanted golden carrots is higher than it should be, because if you were to buy like 2 stacks of enchanted carrots at the moment, it would be like 80k, like 81k maybe, and then the enchanted golden carrots, which require 2 stacks of enchanted carrots and half a stack of golden carrots, which is quite literally like 500 coins, like be at a generous price, like it's really not that much, and it's like 90. I think it's like not 95. I think it's like 85k now or something, or like 90k, depending on like whether you do insta sell or a sell order. But you can make a lot of money from simply flipping the enchanted from flipping enchanted carrots into enchanted golden carrots, and both, like, I tested it myself. It makes a lot of money, like for every like inventory, which is 24 enchanted stacks of enchanted carrots that I get, I make like 100. I think it was like 160k or something like that for what I just sold them for. And keep in mind that I spent like 10 minutes to fill a double chest full of golden carrots, which is not much time at all. Now, sometimes I don't do this all the time because I don't want to like substantially ruin the market. But what I do is I take some golden carrots out. I insta buy a inventory full of enchanted carrots, and then I craft enchanted golden carrots and I sell them, and I make a pretty decent amount of money with that. So for those of you wondering how I've like been doing money wise, I'm doing perfectly fine, and it's because like the one thing I really love about Skyblock is the fact that there's so many options of things to do, and it's kind of great to like feel like you. I wouldn't say I've discovered this, but it's great to know that you're like figuring out the best money making methods. Like I wish I was kidding, but I'm pretty sure I use my graphing calculator more times to for a video game than I actually have to do my math homework. And I mean, my math teacher would probably be upset with that. But then again, I mean, I'm doing math, so yay. I've actually become like really good at math because I do a lot of like math, like games and stuff, and like I like always using like numbers. And, I don't know. It's just easy because you can like calculate. I just like calculating things. It's just fun to see large numbers go up in money making. No, it's just like I don't even. I mean, I haven't tested this myself, so I don't believe it. But if I can make 5 million an hour with farming 30 and a level 100 elephant, I'm buying like oh an elephant. And the reason that I think this like not a lot of people are actually going to be doing this is because you need to put a lot of time and effort into either A, pumpkin farming, or B, sugarcane farming for like marginal results. So it really depends. Like me, I'm gonna go farmaholic, and I am going to be addicted to Skyblock for the next like couple weeks until carrot prices drop, where I'm just farming because it's profitable. I mean, the only problem that I run into is the fact that my internet sucks, and my computer also sucks. Like, I have to scale the frame rate down so that I don't get a visual bug while playing Skyblock, and it kind of sucks, but you know, it's whatever. And what I've been doing is I've actually like, sometimes if like there's like certain times of day where like the internet is not as good and I can't farm carrots then, which is kind of unfortunate. But you know, I have a massive sugarcane farm that I'm working on. I've also been farming, like, just farming sugarcane a lot, and I'm making a lot of money that way. So honestly, my suggestion for if you want to do farming, you can either do a pumpkin farm if you want to just boost your skill XP, or you could take like a more reasonable approach and do sugarcane, which is, it's not as good, but it's still reasonable for the amount of farming speed it gives and money to make it actually like a legitimate, like, good idea for not only money making but just to leveling up your like skill, because pumpkins, it's good for skills, but pumpkins, it's not, it's by no means profitable anymore. Like, at the beginning it was like the best thing to do, but that's just because it sold for a lot on the um is it targeting you? No, it's not. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I just think if you're going to be doing, if you want strictly XP, you should do pumpkins. If you want XP and money, you should do sugarcane. And if you want pure money, you should do carrots slash potatoes. And between carrots and potatoes, I think that carrots are more profitable. But if you want to start a meme war, then you can go potatoes. And I honestly think whatever, like, carrots and potatoes are actually somewhat similar in price. They're both good. They're both pretty good for money making. So I actually wasn't in this lobby long, so I don't actually get have that many kills. But is that a? Oh, that was an eye. Yep, figured. So anyway, I think that's actually gonna wrap it up for this video. I hope you guys found the stuff I was talking about to be very useful, and if you did, please make sure to like and subscribe. And if you are out there and you have a higher level farming than farming level 25, and I mean, it doesn't have to be that great, but it can be a pretty decent legendary elephant pet, and you can just like comment below how much you're making an hour from farming either carrots, potatoes, or even sugarcane. I'd like to know, because I actually just want to see, like, if my calculations are accurate or if they're far off from what they really are. But I just don't know, because like, I'm just going off of like another person, which is Squid Kid. He himself said that he gets 1,000,000 potatoes an hour, and I kind of like scaled that down by like 50K to like 100K, because you have to like replant, and that's a lot of that's like a decent like 7%, 7 or 8% of the profits. So I don't know. It could be more, it could be less, but if you're making millions an hour from farming, please let me know in the comments below. I'd like to see that. I think I actually going to end this video off. I accidentally despawned my wolf. Get this skeleton out. We can end this video with a drag. It's unfortunate I haven't been able to get an eye so far. In like, I'd say after like 30 minutes of grinding. 30, 40 minutes of grinding. That's unfortunate. At least I got some money off that superior dragon. That makes it pretty good. So I think someone just placed 4. Yeah, no one else is placing. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I don't think they were in a drag party. That kind of sucks. You know, I kind of want to end this video with a drag fight. Maybe a superior. I mean, I have 4 eyes on the bazaar, but I can't get those. That'd actually be a good idea to like bazaar claim for drag parties, like it, so that way you don't have to leave. You can do like /bazaar claim, and it will, or like it doesn't. They're like not be space, and you can like claim your sell and buy orders that have gone through, or like you can cancel them if they haven't gone through yet for like summoning eyes and stuff. I don't know. Do they actually? Did someone leave their eye? Oh no, he came back. Oh well. Well, looks like we didn't get an eye. The person didn't place. That's unfortunate, but you know, it's whatever. Hey guys, this is Editor Kiddo here, and I'm just here to clarify a few things that I said in the video and some other things that have happened. So the first thing I'd like to get out of the way is the fact that I actually messed up in my calculations of like as soon as the video ended, I went back and double checked to like make sure like actually not like after the video ended, but like I was editing and I was like, huh, I wonder how much it actually makes. So I to because like I felt like I did something wrong for 5 million coins an hour or whatever it was. So I did the math again and I realized I multiplied wrong and I multiplied incorrectly and like I used the wrong number. So I got a value that was higher than it really should have been, and the real approximation if you were to use carrots is about like 3.5 mil and like maybe a bit higher depending on the price. But yeah, that still incredibly good for money making. It's just not as good as I said it was, because I don't want people in the comments to say I can't even get like nearly as good as that. And I was like honestly like trying to do the math in my head, and it would reasonably make sense that he could get like I mean twice as much money as me, but like not like 3 times as much. So like I was just thinking about that. Like it was in the back of my head throughout the video, but like I wasn't really too like certain about that. I was like, oh yeah, I used the calculator, I should be fine. But yeah, that was a mistake I made. Second thing I'd like to say is that Menacing Banana actually, while I'm editing this video, I got a notification for his video, and I'm like, wow, he's talking about farming. Please tell me he didn't discover that carrots and potatoes are way too good. And the thing is, he did, but he didn't. He didn't really say too much about it. So basically, I watched the full video. I like stopped the editing, and I basically watched the video in its entirety to see if he talked about carrots and potatoes. And the only mention that he had was the fact that potatoes are make like Squid Kid made 3 mil an hour on potatoes. Now, if he switched to carrots, like I said, he'd be making like 3.5 mil. But that's just whatever. And also, like if you like check the bizarre enchanted potato and enchanted carrot prices are actually closer than you'd expect, and you can actually make more money with enchanted carrots by crafting two enchanted golden carrots, and it's actually just good for bizarre flipping in general if you want to do that. So that's how you make even more money from your carrots. It's like it increases the amount that you get by like I think somewhere like close to like 6%, 7%. That's pretty good. Um, and yeah, so I don't know if that video is gonna spark like people to get the gears turning to start farming carrots and potatoes, which I hope it doesn't. I mean, potatoes sure, but don't mess with the carrot market. I'm pretty happy with where it is right now. Like although like if it dropped, I'd still be fine because I want to level up all my pets with superb candies, so that'd be cool too. So basically, whatever happens, it's a win-win for me. And if you thought this video was useful and enjoyed it, make sure to like and subscribe and have a good one. Bye.